Welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Hard and Uncut, and we are just going to send our fuel craft. Well, we've already sent our fuel craft out towards Moho. We're going to do a second burn now. We're just going to do our second burn just to bring it in. So, one of the things I've noticed with Moho is you can get encounters. You can get closer and closer and closer, and then the encounter will just vanish on the predictions. And I'm not sure. I wonder if that. I think it's possibly something to do with the way that Patch Connix is calculating in Kerbal. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a programmer, but I find it very interesting that you can have that thing where normally, as you get closer and closer through interaction, you would not expect it to just vanish. But Moho seems to like that. I don't know if it's a product of its inclination or something like that. Either way, interesting, very interesting. Right, so we can actually see that we're going to be having that intercept at the ascending descending node, which is beautiful. It does mean that if we want to send anything else to Moho, now would be the time to do it, but we're not going to do that. What I am going to do is we're going to first of all check that the craft has got all of its panels out. It does. We're going to put it onto the actual target that it's going to. Now remember, this is. Hold on a second. Have I got the right probe? Yes, I do. It's got a small one on. I'm sure its target's got a small docking port on. Yeah, I'm sure it has. This is not going to be doing the docking. This is going to pull up nearby, sit there nice and calmly. We'll probably use the nuclear engine on it just to do as much maneuvers as we can, but we'll see. And then we're going to try and use those fuel lines to do stuff. But having looked at our previous attempt to do that, I'm a little concerned. I'm concerned that we can't move fuel like that. And I think that is just bang out of order if that's the case. But we will see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe docking is a bit different. I'm not entirely sure. If we have to, we'll use this to push the other thing partway there, which I will not enjoy, but you know, you live with what you live with. All right, I think we're going to just timey-wimey up. So we've set this maneuver up a little bit way out from the planet just to give me time to actually set the maneuver, pretty much. And you can do that. It'd be better if it was near Kerbin. It would take less delta V, but delta V isn't going to be a big issue for us, I don't think. So there we are. We've got a burn of 12 seconds on full thrust, which is quite interesting because, oh, actually, yeah, we're using that stage. That's why. So we can use the end of that stage. That's then going to give us, the meters per second have vanished off that, haven't they? Yeah. And then gives us all of that stage to do whatever we need to do, capture-wise, which if it's 4,000, that gives 8,000 meters per second. Half that, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'm just hoping that we don't end up having to spend another tanker. I do remember a long time ago, I believe it might have been a Scott Manley video, where he was attempting to do a trip to Tylo. Was it Tylo? And I think he ended up doing multiple landings of fuel craft. Well, not multiple landings of fuel craft, but multiple fuel craft ended up going there. Because he basically just decided a certain way. And I think he talked about how he would do it different. Was it Tylo or Bust or something like that? Or was it even him? Was it someone else? I don't know. Right, so let's have a look. I wonder if I could take that a bit lower. That's 39. I think that's as far as I want to go with it, actually. We're gonna stop it there. Right. Now, let's actually have a look and see how much delta V this is gonna cost. Just to capture. Oh, it's gonna be in the thousands. It's gonna be 2,000, 3,000. What's it gonna be? 4,000? Oh, I think we've gone there. 3. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. So 3,000. So if we'd have had that capture on our previous Moho mission, we wouldn't need to do this. We also wouldn't have lost the lander because we'd have had we'd had 3,000 meters per second in total across the three crafts. Each one would have 1,000 meters per second. We'd have 1,000 meters per second extra, which means we would have been able to transfer more fuel from the secondary lander. In fact, we could have probably used the secondary lander. Thinking about it, it would have been landable. We could have used the second. We could have used the third craft to fuel it up, and we could have done science on the surface, got it back up, and we would probably still have had enough for this one. That's interesting. So yeah, what's that? That's the Moho bust. So there we are. Right. So we're gonna actually set that as target. Can I set that as target? Set as target. There we go. My computer is clicking weirdly right now. It's like it wants double clicking or something. I don't know. Okay. Inclination is only 11 degrees difference. That's easy. Although saying that where we're coming in, that's not pretty. I wonder if that continues through to about there. we could do a burn there maybe. That's an idea, isn't it? We'll have a look. So we know that's that one anyway. So, all right. Let's create alarm for... Actually, I don't... Hello? No, cancel that. Cancel, thank you. Right, what we're actually going to do is we're going to jump back to it because we need to get out of the sphere of influence, don't we? We've got to fly out here. So we're going to warp to there. There we go. And then we have to figure out when things are going to happen. So we've got the Joule launching in 119 days. We've got this might be our next craft, though, looking at it. It may be the next one that gets out there. So this might... I think it's going to take 200 days. I feel as though it's going to take 200 days. It's just sort of a half circle around the sun. So I think it's going to take 200 days. Might be less though. That would be interesting actually. I wonder which one's going to happen first. This might arrive at, right on time. Let's warp this forward. Go on. Get through there. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the good stuff. That's the departure one there, and that's good. Right, we're now on this. So then the next thing I want is it's sphere influence change, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. We can now see all the stuff. Right. Can I just bring this back to? Oh, I'm doing all sorts of stuff there. Right, we're gonna just set up the alarm for create alarm for. Let's see. We want to do a sphere of influence change. There we go. What do you mean there's no sphere of influence on this flight path? Hello? What on earth? Well, there is one. There we go. Sphere of influence change. It's showing it. Now it's because it was in time warp when it went across. That is interesting. So this is going to be the Moho sphere of influence change, I'm guessing. There we go. Moho SOI change. Add alarm. So that's going to be 6 days after our Joule 3 departure. Okay. That's not a problem, is it? Right, let's get ourselves to Joule 3. Yeah, I think so. Let's get to Joule 3. Let's get its departure underway. And we have to think about how it's going to do it. I need to actually look at the craft first, don't I? So let's have a look. I cannot remember which way around this thing is supposed to work, if I'm entirely honest. I do think it's got seats. Have we got a lander with seats? I think I've got a lander with seats on, and I think that's the Tylo one, isn't it? I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm sure that will be a perfectly acceptable landing profile that we've got. Wow, look at that. That's its engines. Okay, we're going to get a big chunk from that, and then we've got... That's another engine there, is it? That's the cheetahs. Yeah, that's a good question. Why did I use cheetahs? I should have used something else. Then we've got this big beefy thing, and then we've got these landers. So that's the lander for Tylo, isn't it? That's my Tylo lander, and that's for the others. So ideally we're going to go to Tylo first, I think. Offload that big thing, and then we'll go and do the others, I think. Val, Pop, Bob, Bop, Bop, Bob, Pob, Bob, 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 Pob. Bop and Pol is the correct name for those sea monsters. Well done. We've made ourselves look really professional. So that's going to give us a little bit of slowdown when we get in the dual system. But then we're going to rely upon these to do the majority of it. We don't want to use too much of them, though. We're going to aim for a Tylo intercept is what we're going to go for. Right. So we're going to get ourselves en route, and then we just go for it. We've got solar panels on some of them, but not all of them. That has solar panels. That has solar panels. You know what? I'm going to actually extend these as well, because I will forget otherwise. There we go. What is that at the bottom of there? What are you? How did I build you? You've got antennas. You've got an antenna. You've got antennas. Do you have antennas? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Right. Probably not got antennas, because I'm probably going to put a pilot on you, because you don't have any science. Is what I'm thinking. And that's got a probe core somewhere. Do you have a probe core? Have I put a probe core on you? I think I did. Is the one hidden in there somewhere? Oh, this is me trying to remember what we did a while ago. Yeah, there it is. So you've got a probe core. So that thing can automatically do what it needs to. Okay. So we can put a pilot on these if need be and go without probe core. I think that one actually has a probe core though, doesn't it? Yeah. So that thing can land with just crew on. That does need a pilot, but that I don't need to put the pilot on. So this we're going to put an engineer on. Yeah. This we're putting the engineer and the scientist on. This we're going to put probably a pilot and a scientist on, if that. And then this we try and get them all three home, and then they've all visited somewhere different. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom in to the usual zoomy, and then we're going to do warp to. Yeah, we're going to warp it to it this way. And we'll warp to next. There we go. Because we've got 100 and so many days to go through, and I don't want to waste your time with that. It's a 4-minute 43-second burn. We have about 4 minutes left of the episode. We may get it done in this episode, we may not, I don't know. We then have about 6 days afterwards where we can do maneuvers before we have to jump back to Moho. We do have Elu and Dres missions coming home. Of course, the Dres mission is now only 7 years away. That's good, isn't it? 7 years of their long journey all the way home. I hope we don't have a problem with them coming into the atmosphere. They've been on a trip. Let's be entirely honest. They've been on a very. If I miss their return, I'm going to be just. I will actually be broken. I think we may end up with a broken situation, but we'll see. Right. We can now zoom out. We can put this thing onto the marker. I'll give myself a bit of time to do that. Is it going to move? Is it moving? It doesn't look as though it is. Is it moving? We're looking ever so carefully right now to see if there is movement. There is movement. There is movement. It's got 40 seconds to get where it needs to go. Right. And close that down. Right. I think it's going to be okay. It should be all right. I think so. What's that? That's the cover of that, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yes, it's going to have more than enough-ish time to do this. I don't really want to fire it early. I don't really want to fire it late. This is an important burn, and we are probably going to fire it early. There we go. Whoa, that was not a healthy burn situation to that. Oh no. Right, we're just going to pause for a second while we fully take on board what has happened. We're going to resume the flight, and then we're going to end that. Right. Okay. Just stop it. Turn the. I've got RCS we can put on. Right. We need to. I need to decouple something right now. I need to get rid of that. Yeah, and then I need to get rid of that as well. There we go. Right, we have got a crew we need to get down because we need to get them down so I can launch another craft. Because we need to get to Jewel. Yeah, that literally is what I need to do. What else have I got I can get rid of? Where's the parachutes? Oh my lord. Why did nobody tell me? Did somebody point out I didn't have parachutes? There are no parachutes. How did I not put parachutes on this? Wow, that we may have just saved this crew in ways that are unbelievable. Okay. Right. Who have we got? Engineer, pilot, scientist. Durkin, where is it? Okay. I don't know what to do right now. Because what are we doing? We're not escaping. That's okay. We're in orbit. We've got stuff. What have I got? What have I got that can land? Do we have anything that's landable with this craft right now? I don't think we do. And this thing is lacking. I can't believe that ripped. So that ripped just, I think basically we shouldn't have turned it the way we did. It's what we've learned from that situation. Right. This. What have we got as an issue? Right. Have we got anything we can use? These four do not do well in atmosphere. I don't think they're going to survive going through the atmosphere. This thing is too heavy. That needs a parachute on it. How did I not put parachutes on? I apologize, everybody. Who was shouting at the screen? Did you shout at the screen? Because yeah, I wasn't shouting at the screen when it happened. Right, so from me, we're going to fix this. We're going to have to do something big. Until next time, have a great one.